Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking about my Mr. Mime build. Mr. Mime is a Pokemon with a very unique playstyle that offers a lot of value if executed properly. The early and mid game is where Mr. Mime dominates due to his insanely high burst damage and crowd control capability. Mr. Mime has a lot of trouble in the late game because his damage scaling is very low due to being classified as a support Pokemon, so you will end up doing less damage as the game progresses. That being said, Mr. Mime is extremely fun to play and it's very satisfying to pull off his combo. If you enjoy disrupting the enemy team and making them angry, then Mr. Mime is the Pokemon for you. So without further ado, let's get started with the build. First off, we have Confusion. This ability is unlocked at level 4 and is your bread and butter damage and crowd control tool. This move shoots out a beam dealing damage and shoving the enemy back. If the enemy hits an obstacle while being shoved back, then Confusion does extra damage and stuns them. The base damage on this ability is extremely high in the early game and can nuke the enemy's health bar to half if you manage to shove them into a wall. Fusion can be upgraded at level 11 to deal even more damage. Overall, this ability is extremely strong for skirmishes and guarantees that you win the trade. Next, we have Barrier. This ability is unlocked at level 6 and it's your zoning tool. This move creates a wall at the location that prevents the enemy team from passing through, essentially blocking them off from escaping or engaging. You may have a maximum of 2 charges to use at any time before you have to recharge it. At level 13, you can upgrade Barrier to have more charges. The reason why this ability is so good is because it can create a wall to combo with Confusion, shove the enemy to deal more damage, and stuns them. Essentially, as long as you have Barrier and Confusion up at the same time, you can easily deal a lot of damage and crowd control, assuming you hit your combo. Overall, this ability is amazing if placed strategically and can stop the enemies from contesting objectives by blocking them off. Moving on, we have the held items. First, it's a choice between Wise Glasses and Special Attack Specs for damage. So Wise Glasses gives you the most immediate damage boost early game, but it doesn't scale very well because Mr. Mime has very little amount of special attacks, only capping out at 414 special attack at level 15. Special attack specs is much better than Wise Glasses if you manage to score over 2 goals, with a maximum of 6 stacks. So if you don't think you'll get a lot of scores, then run the Wise Glasses for consistency, otherwise the special attack specs will be better in the long run. You can however use both of them if you want, but that's not recommended because the next 2 items in the build offers much more value than Wise Glasses and special attack specs. Okay, now we have our first defensive item, Buddy Barrier. This one is a no-brainer as Buddy Barrier is literally the best item in the game and every Pokemon should have this item equipped. This item offers HP as the base stat, which is great to survive early skirmishes, and a passive that gives 40% max HP to yourself and an ally when using Unite move, essentially increasing your survivability by a large margin. Then we have our second defensive option, Pokespan. This item provides defense and special defense as the base stats, which is great to help surviving in lane. Furthermore, the passive heals for percentage max HP, so it synergizes extremely well with Mr. Mime's high base HP and Buddy Barrier. Overall, having this item makes sure you won't die instantly when trying to set up a combo in a team fight. Finally, we have our battle item. The best option is just the eject button. This battle item offers a much needed escape option for Mr. Mime because it does not have any ability that provides an escape. Additionally, it can also be used offensively to eject in and use Confusion to push the enemy into a wall to set up an engage for your teammates. The eject button offers a lot of utility and it's simply just the best item for many Pokemon. Alright, now I'll be showing you how fun Mr. Mime can be and I'll be going over how to play in the early, mid, and late game. Let's get started! So the beginning of the game is fairly simple, just get your fake out and then just go and pretty much lane with your laners. Try to use your fake out on the 2 monkeys if you can, and then pretty much that will set you up. You can contest with the crab right afterward. Run towards the mid lane to contest for the crab. Here I see the enemies doing it, I'm just gonna use my fake out to secure it, get level 3. And here I'm just gonna set up a barrier. Pretty much you can use your barrier if you get level 3 early to block the enemy off from the crab. and if they try to contest your monkeys, then also you can just use your barrier or your light screen to block them off as well. Yeah, I go for a small trade, not a big deal because I do have the shield, but generally you don't want to trade too often with Mr. Mime, especially not against like Ninetales or Pikachu, because you won't be able to win because you are a melee Pokemon. At the 9-minute mark, go straight for the crab spawn, and 850 is when the bees will spawn. So you can go for that as well, and that should pretty much get you level 4 once you clear the crab here. And now you have your confusion. It's pretty good. You can set up your light screen and then just use confusion on the bees. See how much damage it does. If you have any teammates close by, they can easily help you secure it. So pretty much just fight for the bees. My jungler ganked here, which is nice. That pretty much get a couple kills and we get a quick score down. Now that we're level 4, comboing is a lot easier. As you can see, I almost destroyed that Cinderace for about half his HP instantly. Here, I do it again. Unfortunately, he didn't die though, but it is what it is. We got a lot of damage down, and now we just continue to farm and try to get level 6 to upgrade our light screen to barrier. So once you hit level 4, you are extremely strong because your light screen pretty much acts as a barrier, but once you get your barrier at level 6, you can actually have 2 charges. Here, I almost got the monkey, but unfortunately I didn't, but that's okay. Our jungler tried to gank, and I just do the shove back. Blissey is pretty tanky, that's why you don't see like I did too much damage to her, but that's okay. Very close to level 6 now. Mr. Mime is extremely strong around the Dreadnought fight, so once you get level 6, if you're top lane, rotate down for the Dreadnought, and if you're bot lane, then just stay bottom and continue to poke until the Dreadnought spawn. Here you can see, barrier into double shove, and that just pretty much chunked them for a lot of HP. Here I missed my barrier, but it's okay, I still get the shove on the Blissey. Unfortunately, the Greninja is level 8 here, so I think I just end up dying. And here I didn't miss my shove because he just dashed behind me. Not a big deal, because I'm gonna be spawning and now I can head straight for the Dreadnought. So now just take note that you do have 2 barrier charges. You don't want to spam them both, you just want to use one at a time whenever your confusion comes back up, because it does come up pretty quickly, so you can keep setting up your combo every time you have both the abilities up. Okay, I'm just gonna start it. Our Greninja is level 10, so that's pretty easy for us to clear this. Gonna drop my damage, drop 1 barrier there, and pretty much block off the Garchomp from trying to steal. Here I get a pretty good barrier combo on the Ninetales, and then just pretty much shove them so he can't really do any damage. Once again, another barrier combo on the Garchomp, stuns him, chunks him for half his HP. So essentially you just want to keep doing that over and over whenever there's a fight happening. Just barrier confusion, don't use one without the other, otherwise you won't get your combo down. And you could use one barrier, just make sure that the other barrier that you have, you can use it with the confusion to set up the combo. And around the crabs here, you can actually shove the enemy into walls even without your barrier, as long as they're close to the wall. Here I missed it on the Blissey, that's okay though. I'm gonna wall off the Rotom here and pretty much use my Unite move. And I see my Greninja is right here to pick up for the kill, so I'm like, okay, just let the Rotom crash. I really don't know how the Cinderace walked past my barrier there, but it's whatever. We still end up picking up the kill on him. So Mr. Mime is excellent for being in like fights and stuff. Try to always be where the action is. If Rotom is up, try to be there. If Dreadnought is up, try to be there, right? You don't want to be side laning and split pushing because you actually don't do too much. But in terms of defending, Mr. Mime is actually very good at like defending. It's just that split pushing is not his forte. So just run to wherever the action is. Here you see. Here I tried to like test out where the barrier would go. So for those who don't know, if you put a barrier without aiming at all and just like press the button for auto aim, it will always place it in front of the enemy. So if you want it to be behind the enemy, you have to position it yourself. Here I see that my Questo got caught, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna pop a barrier and just walk away. Save the other one in case the enemy tries to like gap close to me, and then I can do the combo on them. Here I'm just gonna sit on a brush, wait for someone to come by. Greninja, this seems good. And I don't know why my shove didn't do any damage to the Greninja, or in terms of like pushing him back further. But maybe I just misplay, but it's okay. Get a really nice ulti off here, and then get the shove. Instantly pick up 1 kill. With another shove. This one I didn't even need to use the barrier because there were 4 walls next to me, so I just had to position myself to push the Garchomp into any of the random walls would be fine. Here we get a pretty easy Dread kill, and the enemy team decides to walk in. Got the barrier, but Greninja was in stealth, so can't really get my positioning on him. But that's okay, I was here for the fight, that's all that matters. Here, we have so many walls up. Apparently you can shove people into the crystal wall as well, so there's a little bit of synergy in that. But yeah, there's not much action going on now, so I'm just gonna run back. Oh, here I find the Ninetales. And I've mispositioned the barrier a little bit because she did walk down, but that's okay though. I mean, you're not gonna hit every single combo. Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick shove back, and I feel like my Greninja's gonna die here, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna walk away. I do believe I end up dying here. I flashed the Surf, and then here I predict what the Greninja was gonna be, but apparently he was just a little bit up further. So I missed my confusion, but I don't think it would have mattered. I'm pretty sure my confusion wouldn't have done too much to him. There you go, I just died one time because the enemy team chased me really far and didn't really have too much escape. So yeah, try to position yourself in a way where you don't get caught out that far out. Alright, the game is pretty even at this point because the enemy team did get a couple scores. Get a huge chunk of barrier damage right there. Did you guys see that? Oh my god. Completely nuked their front line, get 2 kills instantly. And now, the Garchomp gets away, but it's not a big deal. Bees are up. Bees are like your best friends when you have your combo up because you can just barrier into confusion combo and that pretty much chunks the bee. A little better lag there, right there. Barrier into confusion. It just completely nukes the whole entire bee, the whole entire wave. Okay, now I see my Garchomp might be getting caught out, so I'm like, okay, maybe I can save you with the. Okay, we just double wall them and should be okay to walk away here. Drop one more wall just to be safe. Barrier the Garchomp back. My Custo died again. This is like the exact same situation where I tried to save him last time and got caught out. But this time, I'm a lot healthier, so the enemy can't do anything. But I'm just trying to find action wherever I go. Now it's the Zapdos spawn. I need to charge my Unite moves. I'm like, okay. It's not a big deal. Mr. Mime has a very low cooldown on his Unite move, so even then, it's, you can spam it pretty casually. Alright. Here I see the enemies are hovering around the Zapdos. I'm like, okay, maybe I can go for a double time score because my team is pressuring top right now. And I think we get 2 double time 100s, right? Well, either way, I can grab it here. And look at the Ninetales right here. Boom! 60% of his HP instantly gone. And like, okay, the enemy's starting it, I'm gonna distract them. Mr. Mime is extremely good at distracting the enemy from doing anything. Here, double barrier, get the damage down, and now they're just too weak. I'm like, okay, Garchomp's using his Unite move. I have to use mine to pretty much pop the buddy barrier so I can survive. Here I missed one, but it's okay. I stalled them long enough, and I'm gonna put a barrier right there so the enemy cannot do the Zapdos. You can actually block off the enemy from doing Zapdos. Here's a funny situation where I'm just like, okay, I'm just walking back and forth into my barrier. The Garchomp has to walk around it. So that's another way to juke your opponent as well. Here I get 2 shove back, and my team actually managed to secure the Zapdos. The Ninetales flash, not much I can do. So there you go, that's pretty much the Mr. Mime gameplay. It's just in and out, just do damage. Alright, that'll be the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the Mr. Mime gameplay. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up to help the channel grow. I'll make more guys like this to help you guys, so subscribe for future content, and thanks for watching. Bye.